even respected our friendship, not just me and you, for our person, Flora, for me and your mom. Like, me and your mom would talk. You know, I threw all that away just because I was angry or what.
When you returned to Big Brother's house, who catered for you when your fellow housemates made meals with fish?
CEECEE would love to go outside and reconfirm to be 100% sure that my spirit is in tune or not, or it was a mistake or not.
Let's talk about the concept of friendship in Biggie's house, all right? We're going to be using Mercy, Venita, and Angel's relationship dynamics and Cross's friendship with Pere as case studies, all right? And yes, I know that this sounds very serious. I know that this sounds like we're about to present a PhD thesis, but guys, it is a serious business. Friendship is a serious business in this world, in this life. Yes, everybody needs a friend. Everybody needs a friend, and sometimes it takes the grace of God. Okay, not sometimes, every time. It takes the grace of God for you to meet someone or people that can actually stand for you and have your back anytime, any day, right? And I understand, as I will always say, that this is Biggie's house. This is the Biggieverse, right? It is a social experiment as much as it is a competition, and games will be played. And it's quite unfortunate that this season we have more friends than more fools. Yes, it sort of created an entirely different twist to the game this season, because where you expect people to go off, they go cold. Where you expect people to react, they go cold. People choose their battles. People choose and pick, you know, people that they would go off on, people that they would go against simply to preserve their friendships. And while some, you know, will go that extra mile to preserve the secrets that bonds them with their friends in the house, others do not mind spilling those secrets and throwing their friends under the bus just to get ahead in the game. And you see, with these persons that I've actually mentioned as our case studies, that is actually the order of the season for them. Yes. So let's get into this video. Let's have this conversation. And as usual, I would love to hear your thoughts about this one. To serve as a basis for this conversation, I'm going to be making a lot of references to things that have happened in the house this season, and also especially to Biggie's interaction with these particular housemates during their diary session yesterday. So please watch this video to the end. Do not skip out on any part so that you do not miss out, all right? And yeah, officially, you are all welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi, my name is Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija, and I am the girl with the T. For those of you that are newly subscribed, special greetings to all of you. Thank you all so much for coming through. And yeah, if you are yet to officially subscribe to become a part of this community, please do not hesitate to do exactly what you see on your screen. Kindly subscribe, all right? Also turn on your post notification bell. And this is the part where I get to let you all know that Brother Naija is not the only show that we analyze on this channel. We talk about reality TV shows in general. We talk about movies in general. We talk about trending social topics in general. So if you're looking for that space for self-expression, you are in the right place, all right? So kindly do all of what I have just showed you how to do. And yeah, let's quickly proceed with the details of this conversation. So Mercy had a diary session yesterday and was sort of trying to give off the air of being innocent in her issue or situation with Venita and Angel. Now, especially with regards to the Pardon Me Please, you know, episode that had happened when Venita had wanted her friends to consider putting Adekunle up for a pardon for immunity for that week, right? And they had abandoned that idea and had gone ahead to nominate, I think, DOYIN for a pardon. Yes, that had been the start of their rift. That had put them apart. Yeah, so Mercy was having that conversation yesterday with Big Brother in the diary room, and the way she had described the event, she had not been very, very honest about it. And Big Brother, of course, in his usual, you know, amazing manner, he had fetched her out and she had admitted So from the conversation they had, Big Brother sort of encouraged her to review the matter and then see what she can do about reconciliation. These are not Big Brother's words. I'm just saying what Big Brother insinuated. And Mercy had said that, okay, she would look for how to admit her wrongs to Angel and make peace with Angel, you know, yesterday, which happened because she had gone ahead, had a conversation with Venita, and they had, you know, come to terms with the fact that they had sort of wronged Angel, which is still baffling me to this point because I'm wondering how they had actually wronged Angel. Yeah, I'm wondering how. Because guys, if you think about it, Angel herself is no saint. Angel has nominated people. She's nominated her friends. She nominated Venita on Monday. Nominated Venita and Adekunle because according to her, she suspected that they were going to nominate her. So if you ask me, I feel like that apology was just a complete waste. But ladies and gentlemen, as I said during our live conversation yesterday, I feel like that apology is beyond the game. Yeah, because it took them this long to realize that, oh, they are actually friends. They should not have slighted each other. So they should make peace once and for all. The show is going to end next week. So you and I know that these people are going to go back into the real world. And whatever they left off before they got into Big Brother's house, they would have to pick up from there. But anyways, as I was saying, Mercy and Venita had their conversation and then they proceeded to have conversations with Angel. And oh my God, it was just, guys, it was just a ridiculous, is it 20 minutes or 15 minutes of my time? And guys, you know, I watched and listened to these ladies, that's Mercy and Venita, you know, confessing their wrongs and their sins to Angel, apologizing to Angel for nominating her, for treating her the way they did. Guys, it was just a long talk of apology. And Mercy was doing this self-loathing thing, you know, putting all the blame on herself. And at some point, she was even talking about, oh, if she knew when Pere had told her that Angel told him to nominate her, that she would have just gone into the diary room, ranted and then gone ahead to nominate either Pere or Adekunle or Suma. So guys, I found that statement quite interesting because when Mercy was in the diary room, the thing she kept on saying about Pere was that, oh my God, Biggie, Pere saved me. Pere saved me. If he had actually nominated me as Angel wanted, I would have been up today. Which is true. Because all Pere needed to do was to go ahead and nominate Mercy. But he chose not to. And just as an honest friend, he had gone ahead to ask Mercy that, come, is everything okay between you and Angel? Because I know that you people have a bond. Because she actually asked me to nominate you. What's going on between both of you? So Mercy going on to go and, you know, sound hypocritical, you know, all in the name of she was apologizing to Angel, guys. It was just a big laugh for me. But to cut the long story short, they had apologized to Angel. And Angel, even in the course of the apology, was owning her shit. She was saying, well, I'm not upset with you people. I'm okay. But anyways, they settled. And frankly speaking, for me, I just feel like these people don't even know what's happening. Wait till people come out of the house and come and see how you pooped and messed up yourselves. Because already, Venita was preparing, you know, what do they call it now? She was sort of preparing a soft landing for herself in particular. She was like, when we go out of the house, let's prepare ourselves for media wars. If you see or heard that I say anything, even though you don't want to talk to me, just send me a screenshot. Let us trash it out before we now go and start jagging each other. I say, oh. So you know that you've said the most, Venita. You know that you've said a lot of trash about your friends. So now, because the end is coming for the show, for this season, you are now trying to create some sort of soft landing for yourself so that they will not be upset, so that they will not drag you. Anyways, moving on to Cross's diary session. Guys, I don't know if it's just me, but even if it's just me, I don't mind because that is how I feel. Guys, I feel like I'm really tired at this point. I feel like I'm really exhausted. Like I've really had it up to here. Listening to Cross, you know, play the victim in every friendship situation. When we see glaringly that Cross has portrayed himself to be an extremely selfish and self-centered person. Because during his diary session yesterday, you know, was talking about CEECEE, how CEECEE kept on blaming him for this and that, how CEECEE is upset with him, blah, blah, blah. And yes, that has been the case since on Sunday, I think. Yeah, since on Sunday. CEECEE has been really upset with Cross. In fact, she's been upset with him for the longest time. But on Sunday and Monday, there was more details to her upset. There was more emphasis on the things that he did to her. And one of those things that CEECEE kept on hammering on was the fact that before the likes of Kimopra came into the house, she was one of those people that really took care of Cross. We know that Cross has his allergies. We know that Cross does not eat fish. Cross does not eat crayfish. So WHITEMONEY, Pere, CEECEE, these were people that really took care of Cross. And CEECEE really went all out to ensure that Cross was comfortable in that house. And you see that time when people were always hoarding food, i.e. Adekunle and Venita, constantly hoarding food, when Cross would be hungry. And these people were hoarding food, knowing fully well that the likes of Cross barely eats what the entire house eats. So you see little things like eggs, little things like, what's it called now? Sausage, plantain. These people would go all out to hide bunches of all of these things, knowing fully well that that is basically what Cross eats in the house with rice. So CEECEE went all out to take care of Cross. So her upset was the fact that Cross just literally switched up on her. And then Kimopra came into the house and it became worse, So CEECEE was very upset and Cross was, talking about it in the diary room to Big Brother, and people asked him a couple of questions. He asked him, before Kimopra came into the house, who was taking care of you? Cross said CEECEE. Oh, before blah, 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 blah happened, who was there for you? CEECEE. All the questions Biggie asked, it was CEECEE that took care of Cross. And then he now said, Big Brother, okay, now I understand. I know that I owe CEECEE a lot. I'm going to even buy her a gift, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Cross, are you a child? Are you a child? Is it every time that you have your diary session that you come to the realization that, oh, you've actually wronged this friend or that friend? Can't you by yourself sit down and think about it, reason the matter, and realize that, bro, you are being selfish? Very self-centered. And then he went into talking about Pere's one. This guy is still on Pere's case about, whether Pere said what DOYIN accused Pere of saying about himself and Kimopra. I mean, this guy was going on and on about that. And I'm looking at Cross like this and I'm like, really? Like, seriously, bro? You call somebody your friend of 2 years and you claim you still do not know what the person is capable of saying and not saying, and this is according to his explanation to Big Brother. Because Big Brother asked him, what do you want to find out? Because he had said that after the show, he's going to go and ask his cousin, his brother, that he and Pere, they have a mutual friend. They are going to ask this person and the person that, is it true that Pere said this and that? Like, ladies and gentlemen, look at me and tell me if you honestly think that these people that Cross mentioned actually watch the show the way us, the viewers, watch the show. Please tell me, do you honestly believe that these people that Cross is talking about, that is going to go and ask for receipts, for evidence, do you honestly believe that they invest this much time in watching the show? Or what if he now goes out and they now tell him, fashi that guy, leave that guy, and they now lie? What happens next? You call somebody your friend, or because you saw how this person is playing his game, you chose to question the person's integrity towards you. You even played the role of ganging up against your friend. Because, guys, you see, when Cross was going on and on explaining, because people that asked him why, like, what does he want to go and find out about Pere? And this guy went on a long explanation that, Big Brother, even though somebody is your friend, you know that the person is good, you know that the person is kind, you want to also find out the person's bad side. And he went on and on to explain that, he has a friend that, is it Ugo, that they've been, the person is his cousin since they were 10 years old, and he knows what Ugo can say and what Ugo cannot say. So he wants his friendship with Pere to go beyond 2 years. So he wants to know what Pere said and what Pere... I'm like, okay, fine, fair enough. You have a point. However, how should Pere now x-ray your own role, your own friendship, how you handled your friendship with him, Cross? Because, guys, ever since weeks ago that this Pere and Cross's friendship, became quite precarious, every time Cross goes into the diary room or even has conversations with people about it in the house, this guy is always playing the victim card. Playing the victim card, acting like, oh my God, Pere is so evil, Pere is the villain. And worst of all is just because he's still carrying this notion on his head that, oh, he's going to determine the genuineness of their friendship after the show. When people are attacking Pere in the house, Cross is quiet. When DOYIN was goading Pere, Cross was quiet. All the while that Alex would constantly bully Pere, insult Pere, abuse Pere verbally and otherwise, Cross would be quiet. Even became close friends with Alex to slight Pere. And then let's talk about what even happened that Saturday night between Pere and Alex. Guys, do you remember that on the bed that was opposite that bed Pere was laying on, there was Mercy, there was CEECEE, and then there was also Cross. Cross was there. He was watching everything unfold. He did not move. He did not bat an eyelid. He saw that his friend was under attack. He saw that his friend had lost his temper. Guess what? Cross did not move. Instead, guys, see, you need to watch people's actions beyond their words. All the actions that Cross portrayed, especially last week, it only pointed to one thing, that he did not want Pere to make it to the finals. He wanted to be the one that made it to the finals. And guess what? Pere engineered Cross's buying of that immunity by giving all of his coins for free to Cross, whilst Cross is, he's now owing New 3 million naira and Omashola 1 million naira for their coins. But Pere gave all his coins for free to Cross, disregarding his own need for immunity. Because for him, he cared about his friend. He wants his friend to be happy. He saw how desperate Cross was for that immunity, and for him, he was going to do everything in his power to ensure that his friend got what he wanted. And even when Ilebaye decided to change her mind, Pere was that person that kept on following Cross around to go and try to convince Ilebaye. What did Pere not do to ensure that his friend, his brother Cross, made it to the finals? He did everything that a good friend would do. So listening to Cross in the diary room yesterday, it was really disgusting. When people said, oh, that is profound, I said, Biggie, no, that is not profound. That is the height of narcissism, the height of selfishness, the height of betrayal. And one thing I wish for is that the people that make up Pere's team, Pere's management team, his social media handlers, all of them, one thing I really do hope for is that when Pere comes out of the house, they give Pere all of these receipts. They give him all of these receipts so that he will x-ray as well his friendship with Cross. Because let's be frank about it, Cross is not the only person that has his own x-raying to do. Pere equally has his own evaluation to do about his friendship with Cross. And if you ask me as an outsider, I would tell you that Cross does not deserve Pere as a friend. Pere is too good for Cross. Pere deserves better. Cross is too selfish. He has really portrayed himself as a very, very self-centered individual. And the good thing is, he did not only do it to Pere, he did it to Ilebaye, he also did it to CEECEE. So for someone that did all of that and is still standing his ground that, no, that is not who I am, blah, 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 only God knows how he handles his friends outside the house. So I am saying this, so this is me passing on a message to Pere's social media handler, to Pere's friends and loved ones that really care about him, that care about his mental health. They need to also provide all of these receipts, all of these facts and evidences. They need to present all of these scenarios to Pere to make him see and be able to evaluate, make an informed decision if this sacrifice he constantly makes for Cross in their friendship, if it is worth it. Because if you ask me as an outsider, it is not worth it. I don't know the kind of friendship they have outside the house. I don't know how they regard each other. But if you ask me over and over again, I will tell you that Cross does not deserve a good and caring friend like Pere. I will never forget. I will never ever forget that night. After it seemed like the whole house was against Pere, Pere went to sit in the garden. It was raining. Cross was having his conversation with Kimopra in the laundry room, and he sat down where he was and he was looking at Pere as Pere suffered in silence. Never did he stand up to go and console his friend. Pere caught a strike for getting abused, for getting assaulted by Alex on Sunday last week. Cross stood up from his head of house throne and went to go and assist Alex in dressing up for the live eviction show. He did not even go, like this guy passed Pere. He did not even have the decency, the conscience to check up on Pere to see if Pere was doing okay. He did not. And you want to call such a person a friend? And such a person goes into the diary room to go and talk about how he wants to evaluate his friendship. He wants to know. Like, I don't understand. Is Cross paying Pere's house rent? And I'm glad that in his diary session, he said it, that Pere most of the time stays in America. So they talk on the phone most of the time. So at least that gives me some level of, some of peace. That, okay, thank God, though, at least Cross is not the one paying Pere's bills. But if you ask me, I would tell you that you see that evaluation that Cross wants to do outside the show, it is Pere that should be doing that evaluation. And if Pere knows what is good for him, I'm not saying he should cut off his friendship with Cross. No, there's no need for that. But he should create boundaries. You see that access that Cross has to Pere's emotional bank, Pere should cut it off completely. Because such people do not deserve all the kindness in the world that they get for free. And that's one of the things that CEECEE has been saying. That Cross is so used to getting things in his way. He's so used to having things done for him. He's so used to getting things for free. He's so used to being taken care of that he finds it difficult to reciprocate the same energy to people that care about him. Biggie said to Cross that yes, indeed, love is a beautiful thing. But Cross needs to learn how to create boundaries. In other words, he needs to learn how to handle his friendship, his platonic friendships, so that when he gets into a romantic friendship, he does not throw his friends under the bus. And Biggie was 100% correct. Because everything Big Brother said, that was everything Cross did to his friends this season. Very good friends with Ilebaye, but the moment he got into a romantic relationship with Kimopra, he literally threw Ilebaye under the bus, nominated Ilebaye, accused her of so many things, even though, yes, we agreed that Ilebaye was playing a game. Before he even did it to Ilebaye, he did it to CEECEE, the person that was being his mother figure in the house, that was cooking for him, that was taking care of him, that was ensuring that even though there was scarcity of food in the house, Cross did not lack. He literally turned his back on that girl. And then Pere, his friend, the one person that always had his back, the one person that would never gossip about him, he literally went on a gossip spree with other people, spilling Pere's intimate secrets to people in that house. All in the name of, oh, I'm not sure if he is really my friend. If you have your doubts, young man, why not wait till after the show? Or better still, confront Pere about it. And then be patient enough till after the show. But instead, Cross literally became a shadow to Pere in that house. When people are attacking Cross, what does Cross do? He goes ahead to become friends with those people that were attacking Pere. When people are goading Pere, when people are insulting Pere, what does Cross do? Instead, he goes to create alliances with those people insulting Pere. Never stood up for Pere, never stood up to defend Pere, never stood up to have Pere's back. Where people say nasty things about Pere, when people gossip about Pere, Cross never for once defended Pere's honor. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. Pere needs to reevaluate his friendship with Cross. Because what Cross has displayed in Big Brother's house this season, it is terrible. Such a friend would watch you be nailed to the cross for a crime you did not commit. And they will be quiet. They will stand there and watch the mob burn you alive. Why? Because they are doubting their friendship. I don't know if he's honest with me. So they will stand there and watch the mob burn you alive. Such a friend is more dangerous than an enemy. Such a friend that you call brother is more dangerous than the person that you're at loggerheads with. I said what I said, and I rest my case here. I would love to hear what you all have to say, so please go ahead, share with me your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another video soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.